What's up, YouTube? I want to give a shout out to Fuely1. He entered my contest and somehow we looked over him and I didn't get to give any comments on his videos or anything in the last one, and I just felt super bad about it because we made it a point to include everybody and give everybody equal attention, and I was actually talking with him and I realized that we missed him. So to make it up, I'm sending him a new Mannix 2, something I had laying around that I was probably gonna, I don't know, use it to practice sharpening on or something like that, but I think he deserves to get it, especially since we forgot about him. So now that I have that out of the way, don't forget to put it on 1080p if you want to see it in high def and all that other jazz. As you can see, I'm going to talk about Strops, and I've already made a video on Strops, but I've made kind of a breakthrough and I wanted to talk to you guys about it. I think I've found the be-all end-all of Strops, and it's not something I expected. Although I've heard great things about the one I'm talking about, I didn't expect it to be this good, and I didn't expect it to be built the way it is. So let me run through the progression of Strops from first until most recent, and I'm going to add one here. I strop a lot. It probably consists of 90% of my actual sharpening because of course I use the Edge Pro and I freehand, but all that isn't really needed if you keep your edge maintained on a strop, I should say. Maintain's the correct word. Stropping can really improve the life of your edge, and let's face it, the less you take it to a stone, the longer your knife will last. So it's always a good thing to maintain it with a strop. Stropping isn't hard at all. I mean, if you can use a fork to eat and not stab your face with it when you put it up to your face, then you can strop. It's not hard at all. It's angle versus pressure. You don't want to have, say this is the strop and this is the knife. You don't want to have too much of an angle so that it's coming up and rounding your edge off. And conversely, you don't want to have too shallow of an angle so that your edge actually isn't hitting the strop. You want to meet it just like that, and you do have some give, especially with pressure. If you see you're doing it maybe too shallow, you can add pressure and the strop will actually bend up and contact the very edge of your bevel. And also, if you find yourself having a pretty high angle, you could also use virtually no pressure and it won't fold up over and round your edge off. So if you like to go high angle, use no pressure. If you like to go low angle, use moderate pressure and let that leather come up and kiss that very edge. So that's pretty much it. There's really nothing to it, and you will take your edges to the next level. This is the very first strop I started using. These both are hand built. I built both of these. This is old. I don't even know what this leather is, but one of the guys that really kind of is a mentor for me, I guess, gave me some leather. And also this cherry wood. So I just not rubber cement, just contact cemented this leather to this cherry wood and rubbed some Porter Cable green compound from Lowe's on there, and it actually worked pretty well. As you can see, it's ugly as sin and it's shiny, which means it's like glazed over. So this doesn't actually work that well. It did sharpen my edges, but I didn't get anywhere nearly as sharp as I do now. So this worked in a pinch. I used this for about a year actually before I knew there was anything better. I built this strop at the exact same time I built this one, but I loaded this one differently, and this was done about 2 months ago. As you can see, it looks totally different. That's because I turned on the eye to a stove and hovered the leather over that and also the compound, and then I rubbed it in. And then I took a rag and wet it with vegetable oil and rubbed in the compound while it was still warm. So it's a nice uniform coating. It doesn't flake off, and it's actually in the leather. As you can see, the nap of the leather is still present. So it's actually embedded in the leather. And this worked really well. This is actually the first thing that gave me hair whittling edges. This I bought just recently. This is a DLT two-sided strop with Bark River green and black compound. And I have to say that it is terrible. The leather is so super thin and it's very hard. So you have no give in the strop. And the nap of the leather is just really odd. As you can hear, it's as hard as a rock. So it's just not good. The Bark River compound isn't even good. So this was pretty much a waste of money. It's good for convex edges because it has black and green. It has sharpened my convex edges, but I don't think I'm going to use this for V edges at all. So if you're looking for a good strop for convex, go ahead and get the DLT with a Bark River compound. If you're looking for V edges, forget about it. It's, in my opinion, this one isn't good. I don't like it. Also, the Bark River compound seems to be a little bit coarser than regular green compound, which is about 0.5 micron. I would call this right around 1.5. If I take it to the strop that I'm going to show you in a minute and strop on that and then take it to this actually dulls the edge. So it has to be a little bit more coarse. This I bought from a store called Woodcraft like a week ago. Really, this is an awesome strop. I loaded it myself with some formite or something like that. Something kind of compound I got from Woodcraft, and it's 0.5 micron. This leather is fairly thick and fairly soft, so I can get really good edges with this. This is really good. This is a good strop. If you have a Woodcraft store around you, go ahead and get the green compound from them. And this strop, it's kind of expensive, but it's good, and it has this other side. After you finish on the green, you can just go to the bare leather, and it gives you a really, really sharp edge. So this is good, and it holds the compound well, as you can see. It's a good strop. Okay, now to what I want to call the be-all, end-all strops. Here it is. This is a handmade strop using leather from a leather maker in Amarillo, Texas that makes leather for cowboy chaps. So this is real genuine leather right here. It's not really super hard. It's not really super soft. I'm trying to give you a good shot of it. See how it deforms. You can see it kind of gives. Not a whole lot, not too much, not too little. It works perfectly. As you can see, it's completely saturated with green compound also. There's a lot of dispute. I read a lot on the forums talking about how the strop doesn't need to be loaded a lot. All you need to see is a kiss of the green on there. And I used to take that as fact, but I think that's bullshit. This strop right here is completely saturated with green compound to the point that you actually cannot see the nap of the leather, and this gives me the sharpest edges that I've ever gotten with a strop. These are all handmade in Amarillo, Texas. If you guys want to know where I got it, then drop me a comment and I'll put the link in the description. But this cost me like 28 bucks to my door, and it gives me the most absolute sharpest edges I've ever gotten with a strop, and it's pretty much effortless. I mean, I don't know if you can hear it, but it doesn't stick. It doesn't grab your knife or anything like that. It just kind of glides over. It almost feels like you're rubbing your knife on ice. And it's a weird feeling. I know it's a weird thing to say, but it really does work. And let's say I cut a bunch of cardboard with a CTS 20CP. It develops a working edge pretty fast. So if you want to bring it back to hair whittling sharp, I would normally have to strop on this one for about 10 or 15 minutes of really concentrated, making sure I'm keeping my bevel correct or my angle correct. Probably 10 or 15 minutes. With this, I did the same thing, and within probably 10 swipes on each side, I was back to hair whittling sharp. So this thing brings my edges back faster than anything that I've ever used, and it's really pretty amazing. So this will probably be my last video on Strops because I found the one that I want, and I'm probably going to buy 2 or 3 more of these because I love them that much. All these I could do without now because this right here just does it so much faster and so much better that I have no need for these. I don't know if I've said it yet, but it was like 28 bucks to my door. So it's like $19.99 for the strop, and so much for shipping. I don't know. I think I expedited the shipping a little bit, so it was a little bit more than normal. But anyway, I wanted to show that to you guys. This is all handmade. They melt down the compound in olive oil and then brush it on like paint, and then let it sit under a heat lamp so it soaks into the leather. It's really pretty amazing, and you never have to reapply compound. After, if it glazes over, you see how it's getting kind of black right here? That's from metal shavings being embedded in it. After it gets glazed over, they say take a little bit of olive oil, put it on your finger, and rub it in, and it brings back a new layer of compound. So this will pretty much last you a lifetime if you treat it right. So if any of you guys are in the market for a strop, don't waste your money on all that other bullshit. Just ask me where I got this and I'll tell you, and you'll be happy you got it. Anyway, this has ran on a whole lot longer than I wanted it to, so I'll see you next time, guys. Thanks for watching.